confident about the direction his team is heading, and they begin with the ball.
Well, these freshmen, Dylan Grant, Lathan Somerville, providing some defensive versatility for Steve Pikiell's club.
Mentioned the top two freshmen. Harper with the ball right now. Bailey, they get 39 between them. This is Somerville, and he'll draw the foul inside and go right to the line. One of the four freshmen starting will have a chance to put it in the bucket for the first time here for the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, Lathan Somerville's got a tremendous upside. Like, he's not really showing the offensive package that he has based on playing a support role more so for Harper and Bailey, but this young man is capable of scoring the basketball.
Foul trouble at Nebraska. Only played 15 minutes, 4 fouls, and only 2 points. Looking for him to be on the floor a lot longer than he was in Lincoln the last time they played.
Well, that happens to freshmen a lot, and you see him talking at the free throw line. He's 80% free throw shooter as a big, so that's really good.
All right, Ace Baldwin, he missed time with a back injury, missed 2 games ago, comes back in, played all 40 minutes in the great game at East Lansing a few nights ago, and also had 20 points, 9 rebounds. Steal, Harper, burst 2, slam through for him.
Oh, great job anticipating the pass, shooting the gap, going down and finishing. You saw Ace Baldwin try to keep up with him, had to let him go.
Dylan Harper playing some defense as well, coming in at 20.1 points per game on the other side. Looking for Niederhauser inside. Had 13 against the Spartans in East Lansing. And Hicks, terrific shooting the ball from distance recently. Shot clock down to 8. There they find Kern on the way to the bucket. Shot clock to 2. And they won't get a shot off. Couple of empty possessions for Penn State to get started.
Well, Dylan Harper last time, Paul, you talk about reading the scouting report, anticipates beautifully, steals the ball with his outside hand to avoid a foul. That's a veteran move by a very young player in Dylan Harper.
Harper missed time recently with a sickness, missed an entire game, and then was limited in 2 others. Really the last 2, the first time we've seen him back at full strength. And he's been excellent. Somerville has a free throw and a little jump hook off the glass.
Everything you needed to see about Lathan Somerville, you just saw in that package. Collects himself, gets to where he wants to get to, and finishes at the rim.
Baldwin misses. They'd have the ball 3 times. No points to show for it. Here comes Harper. Both he and Bailey had double-doubles in mid-December in the win against Penn State. That was in Piscataway.
We're talking about these freshmen, but Tyson Acuff, the vet on the floor for Rutgers, he can put the ball in the hole as well. Did last season at Eastern Michigan to the tune of 22 a game.
Niederhauser, early rebound, the kick to Kern. He gets the start with the injury to Puff Johnson.
Nick Kern, one of my favorite players in college basketball. Talk about a guy with a high motor.
And that was contact early from Bailey, the first foul against the freshman. Talk about liking Nick Kern. Are you referencing the scoring or the defense or the assists or the rebounding?
Everything.
The whole thing.
Yeah. His DNA is all over the game. He high motor, very high IQ player. And if you're in a foxhole, that's the guy you want to go in there with you.
Interesting season for him in his last year at VCU. Was a starter for Mike Rhodes. Started last year. Coming off the bench this year, but still has found a way to career highs in scoring, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, Nick Kern is a guy that wakes up in the morning and he's just happy. He's just a uber positive player, and it rubs off on his teammates, and that's why Mike Rhodes wanted him here when Mike got the job.
Clearly trying to get it inside to Niederhauser. His first bucket, averaging 12 points per game.
But Yannick had to come back to his strong right hand. Had a chance with a left-hand hook. I'm not sure if he was comfortable with that attempt, but got back to where he needed to. Nice finish.
See Jeremiah Williams wears 25, just checked into the game. One of 2 captains that comes off the bench. Harper deep on a 3. And they get a new 20. Grant had the rebound, and he draws the early foul. That goes against Ace Baldwin, his first.
Well, watch Niederhauser, right? Like, if he goes with his left, he's already at the bucket. Didn't feel comfortable, came back to a strong hand. Nice finish over the top of Somerville.
For Rutgers offensively, you expect the top 2 freshmen, and that's Bailey and Harper, to account for about 40. Then you look for who else is going to step up. This is Harper. And he knocks that one down. He's got 5 early points.
I tell you what, Harper might be on the heater tonight. I mean, we've seen him go off. 37 against Alabama, 36 against Notre Dame. He can do it with the best of them.
Been over 20, 11 times this season. DeLeon responds with a 3 of his own.
Now Freddie DeLeon starting to get comfortable in this system, averaging just shy of 12 points since the start of December. Ooh.
Offensive foul called against Acuff.
Oh, Nick Kern maybe sold it better than he was better than he was hit. It looked like he got really hammered here, but
you remember playing as a senior, you kind of get a few of those tricks up the sleeve.
Yeah, I guess, but they didn't allow flopping back in the day, Paul. You know what I'm saying?
Back in the old Big Ten.
That's right.
Ball batted away. Kern comes up with it. Off the hand of Niederhauser. Here comes Acuff. Up to Williams. And he wins to the basket.
Boy, I tell you what, Rutgers has come out spirited here this evening, playing with a ton of confidence.
Not what they intended on that alley-oop inside. And Rutgers shooting the ball awfully well, led by 5 points from the highest scoring player in the Big Ten, Dylan Harper. Has a dunk and a 3 to get rolling. Somerville. One-on-one against Niederhauser. And he lost control, travel, and they turn it over. Rutgers off to a hot shooting start. They've made 4 out of 6. They've had some close to the bucket, like Jeremiah Williams with the finger roll. 45 minutes later, he came over to talk to us. First word, urgency.
Yeah, no, you got to. Every team in the Big Ten is going to have a streak where they lose 2 or 3 games. Just the nature of how competitive it is. And Penn State played 3 straight top 20 teams. That's tough to overcome.
Tough to overcome 4 early turnovers as well. Bailey to the hoop, no foul. And a turnover against the Scarlet Knights.
And that's not unusual for a player as talented as Ace Bailey. His memory will tell him that he can get through that slot. He's in his 19th game in college, and so those things close up very quickly. But he's learning, and learning very well, I might add.
And checking in, DeMarco Dunn, and he was excellent in their last game with 18 points. A series of deep jump shots. Now they want to see if he can do it in back-to-back games.
I think DeMarco Dunn's got the prettiest jumper in the Big Ten.
Man, it looked good.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't press the issue enough, in my opinion.
Maybe he heard you. Got all the way there. Couldn't quite finish. 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Good aggressive move, though. Challenge the shot blocker at the rim. He's known for catch and shoot on the threes, but he can get downhill and put some pressure on the Scarlet Knights. That's going to be a huge benefit for Penn State.
4th year of college basketball for him. His first 2 at North Carolina. Last 2 for Mike Rhodes here at Penn State. Hicks, he's been doing this well. Off to a good start tonight.
Yeah, Hicks is leading 3-point shooter in Big Ten in terms of percentage-wise. So he getting this groove on early, 44% from 3.
Made 6 of them in that December win against Penn State and Piscataway. Harper got to the basket, then double-teamed. Turnover to Hicks. Did not have numbers, pulled it back out. DeLeon left open for a second. Continued to work it inside to Niederhauser, and this time it draws the foul. He had the mismatch against Williams and picks up the foul on him.
Good recognition by Baldwin. Let's take a look at Zach Hicks last time. He chose to go out to the perimeter. He could have come straight vertical off the screen, but chose to go to the wing. Nice look for Hicks.
Has started every game of his 2-year career here at Penn State. It was a big part of that win over Michigan State as well, or the good showing anyway. Hitting 4 3-pointers in that last game.
Yeah, and they were all like in the last 6 minutes of the game.
It came late.
Yeah.
4 seconds to shoot. DeLeon opens up. And just checking into the game, Oboli, he had the rebound. Off the bench in their last game, Stephen, he had 11 rebounds.
See, when you got a guy that size that can commit to his role on the glass, what a luxury.
Out to the left hand. And a rebound to Hicks.
The Baldwin needs to push it a little bit here. Looks for his shot.
got in there. Ball was affected by Bailey. Williams has Martini. Harper trailing and keeps it himself for 2.
Jeremiah Williams might be more effective coming off the bench than starting. Looks really good and aggressive.
Dunn got all the way there. Rebound to Harper. He had a double-double last time he played against Penn State. So not only did they win last time out against Nebraska, Williams opens up for 3. It's deep, but they won in Lincoln, and that's something the teams hadn't done in the last 20 games.
Hey, broke a 20-game home win streak. Pinnacle Bank, one of the tougher venues to go get a win on the road. So that's just another example of this young Rutgers squad starting to grow up, starting to understand the urgency you need on the defensive end.
Penn State offense, 84 points per game, would be the best in program history. Struggling so far. Dunn had an open look, and Martini with the rebound. So how about Williams, captain, Martini, captain, coming off the bench? What a luxury to have in your life.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, I think that those guys, Williams and Martini, they're playing well in spite of coming off the bench. So these guys are committed to winning.
Ace Bailey 3. Rebound Dillion. And he has found just what he wanted, making the move from Tennessee to Happy Valley, and that is playing time. Been a starter each game.
Freddie Dillion is an underrated athlete, can really shoot the 3.
There he is. In sync with your words.
Yeah, no, Freddie Dillion can play, man. You know, nice size at the guard position. He can run the point. He's more comfortable at the 2, but he can get downhill and dunk on you as well.
And he's also right now got the tough defensive assignment, Steve, and guarding Ace Bailey. Martini's been doing this at a high level. He made 3 of those in the last game, 1 for 1 tonight.
Yeah, so you're looking at 5 of 8 from 3 in his last 2 games. Well, this is his 3rd game. So Martini on a heater.
Martini with 11 in the last game, 15 from Dylan Grant. Big supplement to the normal top 2. Good look inside to Niederhauser.
That's a beautiful lead pass from Dillion, and Niederhauser needed that. I know he got one down earlier, but to get an easy layup like that against the defense, because he's banging on 285-pound Obole, that's more than a notion.
Rutgers arriving in town, 10-8 overall, 3-4 in the Big Ten, but feeling much better after back-to-back wins. Williams aggressive to the basket, taken away by Bailey. DeLeon, pull-up 3, nailed it. Penn State has stopped the bleeding pretty well with the deep ball from Freddie DeLeon.
Well, Penn State with a slow start, now starting to heat up. Ace Bailey looking for his backcourt mate. Freddie DeLeon, hold the follow through. I see you, young fella. And whatnot, but the Big Ten teams are scoring as high as any other power conference programs.
Penn State without normal starter Puff Johnson, hand injury at Michigan State. Told us this morning they do not expect him back anytime soon. Shot clock down to 5. Tough turnaround. Bailey in and out. And the rebound was in the hands of Kachi Enza, who was just checked into the game. Ball comes back to Penn State.
Well, the thing with Puff Johnson out today especially, he would be a perfect defender for a guy like Ace Bailey. At 6'9", would be able to give Bailey the added size, and he's athletic enough to keep up with Ace. So that's a real loss for Penn State.
One of those 6 players averaging in double figures at 10 points. Penn State now with their shot clock down to 10. Bailey skip pass, picked off. Jordan Durkak, 5 turnovers now against the Nittany Lions. Durkak checking into the game for the first time. Rutgers will go 10 deep.
Try to get Somerville one-on-one in the post. No double coming.
They got that one-on-one.
Telling you, Lathan Somerville's got some game. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but you look up next year, he may be one of the premier bigs in the league.
One of the 4 freshmen starting now, going with that younger lineup these last 3 games. Baldwin has been quiet offensively. He's their leading scorer. Forced that one to the hoop. 6 turnovers now against the Nittany Lions.
Well, you could tell Ace is just he's a shell of himself right now. He just doesn't have the burst. Can't shift quite as well as we've grown accustomed to seeing. He's looking for fouls from the officials, but you know, these guys, they're not giving it to him so far.
129th career start tonight, 3 at VCU when the head coach there was Mike Rhodes, and the last 2 seasons coming here at Penn State. Foul called away from the ball.
Dominic Stewart. Oh, Javen Carter, excuse me. Durkat was going to the post, and he just basically looked like he was on the field in Buffalo last night.
Oh, good cut to the basket. Davis couldn't cash in. Got his own rebound. Speaking about that game last night, Baldwin guarding the ball right now is from Baltimore. He smiled about it with us today, but he was still hurting about that close Ravens loss.
Oh, I understand why he's hurt. I mean, they should have been in overtime at worst.
Durkat strong to the basket. He wanted a foul, but settles for 2.
Jordan Durkat can get to the rim. Very good athlete, high motor, gets after it.
Rutgers started out up 6-0. They've had to lead up to 7 at 9-2. Right now up 4. Dunn, crossover. His second basket tonight.
See, that's what DeMarco Dunn could do. Oh, look at Bailey. Oh, what a play. What a play. The whirling dervish that is Ace Baldwin Jr. Great steal. Goes with his offhand over the head, off glass, with the Baltimore English on it as well.
As the reigning Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Showing you some D and also niftiness on offense, getting this one to go in.
Great steal, gets Somerville off his feet, gets the contact over the head off the glass. I'm not sure Jalen Rose could have even made that move.
Made him smile back in the studio.
I hope so. Yeah. I hope so.
Ace Baldwin 2 years ago, the Player of the Year in the A-10 at VCU. Last year, Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten. Quite a resume there in back-to-back seasons.
Young man is second in the country in free throw percentage. So well over 90%, so he's money from the line.
That crossover, how are you going to stop that from Ace Bailey?
You can. He comes up grimacing a little bit. I don't know if it was he landed awkwardly or whatnot. Heck of a move by Bailey.
He was impressive hitting those jump shot threes in the last game. Contested threes going down, but strong to the basket there. Baldwin. Deep on the 3. Good rebound, Kern. Right back to him. Inze to Dunn. Open 3. Got it.
When that ball stops popping for Penn State and they get open looks and they turn up the defense, this is the kind of pace that the Nittany Lions like to get you in.
Penn State from down 7 and playing catch up this entire half. Now inside of 8 minutes and on top. Bailey looking to make it back-to-back buckets and does so.
He does that on Nick Kern, one of the premier defenders in the Big Ten, and makes it look easy.
It's one of the things you talked about this morning without Puff Johnson, that he was such a good matchup against Bailey.
Yep.
Now they got to put Kern on it.
Yep, and Nick Kern is willing. I don't know if he's able.
Kern to the lane and draws the foul before he got that shot up. We thought we had a good one here in Happy Valley at Jersey and Saquon. And Freddie Dilion, leading scorer in this game. Look at that. He's taken 3 3-pointers and hasn't missed yet.
No, he's in a great rhythm. And he's taking higher quality shots than he was early in the season. That improves his percentage.
Hicks strong to the basket, swatted away by Grant. One of the 4 true freshmen to start. And there's another Dylan Harper. Almost walked. Back to Grant. And he picks up where he left off in the last game, where he had 15 points.
I mean, he was 7 of 8 from the field, and so he's just really, that basket looks like an ocean right now for Grant.
You say that again, 7 for 8.
Yes.
Hits his first 3. Kern with a pretty take. Good body control as well.
Kern might be the best cutter off ball in the Big Ten. His timing, the way that he cuts, how hard he cuts, very effective. Oh, what a screen by Obole. I mean, he cracked Baldwin.
Davis. Good block out from Kern. No travel. So he goes from a bucket on one end to a rebound on the other. Dillion, we mentioned 3 out of 3 shooting threes. He was 0 for 4 from distance in East Lansing in the last game. Hicks to Kern. And he's got 3.
That ball movement once again. The defense can't catch up. And Penn State, when that ball is whipping like that, they usually get high quality looks. Nice job by Kern converting.
And they're taking advantage so far tonight, Steve, and they've made 6 out of 8 3-pointers. Durkak. And a rebound to Niederhauser. First year from Northern Illinois, top rebounder for the Nittany Lions, also #1 in the Big Ten in blocks. Baldwin, fade away. Oboli with a rebound.
High quality look, even though it didn't drop. I'm okay with that.
Harper eventually splits and spins. Taken away. Up to Kern. Ball stays right here, no foul. And 25 seconds to shoot.
Well, Nick Kern has really had an impact on this game here in the first half. That's the cutting action that I'm talking about. His timing and so many games with Ace Baldwin allows him to do that. And then he gets the baseline pass for an easy look for 3. Nick Kern playing some of his best basketball right now.
You mentioned the time with Baldwin at VCU. That's 2 years together as Rams inside, and that's a miss on the doorstep for Dillion. And they've each been here 2 years at Penn State.
I thought Bailey was going to put this one up. He hadn't had a look in a little bit.
He liked that matchup. Williams. He got stuck and threw that one away. Harper tried to come up with it. Now 8 turnovers against the Scarlet Knights.
You know, my grandmother used to say, there ain't nothing good after midnight. And that applies to basketball players. When you leave your feet and you're not going to score, ain't nothing good when you leave your feet. Stay on the ground until you're trying to score.
Bailey, aggressive to pass or to score. Now 10 to shoot. Dillion, Hicks, deep 3. And a rebound to Grant.
Good setup, though. Dillion collapsing the defense, looking out for an open 3 for Hicks.
Harper strong to the basket, swatted away. But a foul called, he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Uh-oh.
And Harper stays down.
Oh, he looks like he's in a lot of pain. I don't know if Yannick Conan Niederhauser landed on his ankle. There was a collective gasp in the arena. Oh, he rolled it right there. He hit Ace Baldwin Jr.'s foot, rolled his ankle. Watch his right ankle right there. Ooh.
That's the leading scorer in the Big Ten, just over 20 points per game.
I mean, he had all his weight here. I've actually had that injury before. That is, he's going to have to be careful here.
So he stays in the game.
You know, I often say when that players are injured and they get that ball in their hand, it seems like medicine. Let's hope that that ball can be good for him because he is laboring right now.
It's been a difficult month for him already. He missed an entire game because of sickness, was limited severely in the 2 around that game. Just in these last couple of games, the win against UCLA, the win against Nebraska, he's been back to himself. We'll see how he responds to that right ankle. Just saw him roll it. Doesn't start out well. He missed 2 free throws for the season. That's a 73% free throw shooter.
See Pikel looking at him closely. I think they're going to give him a break with Tyson Acuff coming to the scorer's table.
He's sitting down waiting to come in. Penn State up 2. Give it right back to Niederhauser. And a foul called against Harper. That's their half. Yannick Conan Niederhauser, their center. Trying to give the Nittany Lions their biggest lead at 3. And there it is.
Quietly, he's having an effective game here in the first half. 2 of 3 from the field. See his numbers against Michigan State. It's a young man that was at Northern Illinois. Not a lot of people knew about him. He's had sort of a renaissance for his career here at Penn State.
Averaged only 7 points, 4 rebounds last year at Northern Illinois. Stephen has come on strong this year, averaging 12 and 6. Meanwhile, Rutgers is making over half of their shots, but they have 8 turnovers as well.
Yeah, that's what you're going to expect from younger players. Ooh, Bailey.
Ace Bailey.
Woo.
He's been sticking those consistently from deep.
Yes, he has. And when you got a 6'10 player that can get you off balance with the handle into a jumper, that's tough to defend.
Ended a 7-0 Penn State run. Foul called against Oboli, and Niederhauser will go right back to the line.
Boy, Ace Bailey. He just needs to get you off balance just a little bit. Hicks has to respect his driving ability. Stops on the dime, elevates, and has something to say to somebody on the Penn State bench.
Niederhauser has already exceeded. See what the freshmen have done there. They're getting 39 points between them. Niederhauser makes his first. That's 3 in a row for him. Top 2 scoring freshman in the nation. Niederhauser only had 4 points in this game in Piscataway back in mid-December. He's already exceeded that total so far. Now has 7 points.
Yeah, he was a non-factor at Jersey Mike's Arena. And I think his teammates kind of lost confidence in him in the second half. They kind of went away from him. But tonight, his presence is being felt early.
Rutgers continuing without their leading scorer. Bailey pulls up. Back-to-back threes.
Tough shot maker. You could put him in a phone booth and get that jumper off.
Made 4 out of 7 in the last game against Nebraska. Just hit 2 in a row. Baldwin had that one blocked by Oboli. And here comes Bailey. Kicks it out to Martini. Would have been his second 3. Williams with a rebound. 3 years at Princeton, first as a Scarlet Knight. Oboli right back to him. Bailey trying to get the ball back. Swiped away by Baldwin. And he's got 2 more.
Anytime Ace Baldwin's in the neighborhood, lock the ball up. Can't mess around with Ace in the neighborhood. He's going to come up with it.
Got 8 points. Halfway to his assist total as well with 4. Second best in the Big Ten, averaging 8. And that's a foul against Williams.
Boy. Ace Baldwin. Call him Alibaba and the 40 Thieves right there with the steal. Going coast to coast with a layup, but he's one of the best to do it in college basketball. And I was a little concerned, Paul. I wanted to see Ace's reaction here, because that's kind of getting hit in the side that could affect his back. He's tough. Baltimore tough. It'll take more than that to get him to sit down.
2 games ago, he had to sit it out with that bad back. Then went 40 minutes in East Lansing in the last game. Hicks going a little one-on-one, had it knocked away by Oboli. He thought he had a mismatch against the big fella.
He did, and Oboli wasn't having it. Active hands. Nice job. Defensively, Rutgers has really improved. Thus, winning 2 in a row coming in here tonight.
And taken away by Oboli. To the basket, swatted by Niederhauser, but Durkat cleans it up.
Man, that's a great effort. A great job by Durkat on the follow.
Hicks. Rutgers now up by 1. Been trailing here now these last few minutes after they built the lead to as many as 7 and led 6-0 to start the game.
I mean, it's been done by committee for Rutgers here in the first half. Guys sharing the basketball, at least 7 Rutgers players have scored already.
Foul called away from the ball there. It's going to be a foul against Penn State.
Like that was on Dillion on the pass. He's asking Larry Serrato for an explanation. If the viewers have seen Larry Serrato before, you know that he will give an explanation.
Dylan Harper checks back in. That was a first foul against Dillion. See how well Harper gets around. Durkat just hit a bucket and had that one taken away by Dillion, who is still a perfect 3 for 3 from distance. Finds Baldwin. Back to DeLeon. Baldwin. And now he's in double digits.
With Penn State, I've said it, I know I sound like a broken record. Their ball movement is elite. It's an important aspect of their offensive attack in the half-court set. Doing a really good job here in the first half.
Harper only 5 points so far.
That ankle looks pretty good, though. He's pushing off of it with no problem.
Moving around well. Bowling. Extra step. Another turnover against Rutgers.
And changed directions. He wasn't grimacing, so I think he's okay. But Steve Pikiell's built this Rutgers program on defense. That's what they do. So I'm not surprised to see them playing improved basketball here. 1-3-1, first time we've seen it for Rutgers.
Less than a second difference between the game clock and the play clock, so they can hang on to this until the end if they'd like. Baldwin with the ball, game high 11 points. 6 seconds to work. 2 seconds to shoot. Hicks lets it go. Got it. Called for a travel before he got that one off.
Try to get those puppies set.
Would have given them their largest lead of the half at 5.
Yeah, Michael Irvin, the official, right on top of that.
1.1 to shoot. Durkak to inbound. Barely couldn't hang on to it. And Penn State dug themselves out of a hole pretty well there. They trailed 6-0. Deficit was as many as 7. Meanwhile, you have Ace Baldwin with the ball. 40 minutes played in East Lansing in their last game. He's the only player that played all 20 minutes of the first half, too. He's in double figures and has an assist to Niederhauser to get started.
Oh, beautiful feed, Niederhauser. Dylan Grant's a good defender. He could do nothing in that situation.
Baldwin comes in second in the Big Ten in assists at 8. That gives him 5 for the night. Harper, 5 points. Nifty move, couldn't get it to go. Back out to Harper, skip pass to Bailey. He's the only Scarlet Knight in double figures with 10 points.
Great job of Nick Kern being on the catch, not allowing Bailey an open look.
Grant hit one of those in the first half. Right back out to Bailey. He's now got 13 points and 3 threes.
You know, the thing I love about Ace Bailey is some of the intangibles. I mean, this kid, you wouldn't know that he's going to be a top 3 pick in this year's NBA draft. The way he plays, he chases down loose balls. He helps defensively. He communicates. It's a joy to watch.
Coming into this game, back-to-back 20-point efforts. Already to 13. Niederhauser, 6 to shoot. Kern crossed it over and draws the foul against Bailey.
Let's go back and take a look. Watch ball. Ace Baldwin Jr. on the money. Niederhauser, easiest 2 he's had all night.
Ace Bailey made 4 3-pointers in the win at Nebraska. You can leave him alone like that, he'll hit that all day long.
No doubt. One of the premier scorers in all of college basketball at 6'10" with guard skills. Must watch television are these Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Nick Kern now 6 points. Impressive how he has grown his offensive game. 2 years at VCU to 2 years here. Misses that free throw. As a freshman, average only 2 points. It's gone up a little bit every year, and now the first time averaging in double figures.
He's been in double figures 13 of the last 15 games, so not as confident on that end of the floor as we've seen him.
Somerville spinning inside. Some force and some strength earns him a couple of shots.
You see when Lathan Somerville gets determined, that ball is not coming out. It's going up. He's going to get it up on the rim some kind of way.
The foul goes against Yannick Conan Niederhauser, and that was one of the stories we were keeping an eye on coming into this game, because in the first game between these two back in mid-December at Rutgers, only 4 points because he had 3 fouls. Somerville hits the first. That was just his first foul tonight.
Yeah, and he's so important to what Penn State is trying to do in terms of rim protection. He balances out their offense from giving them a post option. So he's so valuable what the Nittany Lions are trying to do.
Rutgers with a difficult win on the road last time out in Lincoln, snapping the Huskers' 20-game home win streak. Trying to pick up another win here at Penn State to give them 3 in a row. Hicks left open, hits another 3.
Those Rutgers freshmen getting caught up in the traffic there, and Hicks able to slide out to the 3. Good job taking advantage of that miscue on the defensive end.
You mentioned it off the top, Stephen, but they've made 8 out of 13 three-pointers. Ball knocked away by Niederhauser, still 15 to shoot. Knocked away again, now they got to go to work with 8 to shoot. Akup to Grant. Strong inside to the glass.
I'm telling you, man, Dylan Grant, he just fits beautifully for what they're trying to do in terms of offensively. Cutting, spacing, shooting the 3.
Bailey got a hand on that one. Turnover, come back here to Rutgers. Grant made 7 out of 8 shots in Lincoln. He's made 2 out of 3 tonight. Baldwin almost comes up with another steal.
Tell you, Baldwin's in the neighborhood. You got Lock the Rock up. You better walk it up. You better give it to somebody else. You cannot jack around with the rock around Ace Baldwin.
It's not where they want Somerville to have the ball. 7 to shoot.
Harper.
2 to shoot. Whistle blows just as it was blocked. Offensive foul against Bailey.
Zach Hicks giving up his body, getting in position well outside of the restricted area. That's good help defense. Look at Hicks. Leaves his man, goes to set up defensively. That's a really heads-up play by Zach Hicks.
So now Bailey has 13 points. That's a game high, and that's his 3rd foul. Stays in the game for now.
Watch Baldwin on this possession.
Hicks. He just made one of those. Rebound to Grant. Steve Pike were telling us this morning Grant getting more minutes because of the way he's practiced and how well he's played defense.
Harper seems to be deferring right now a little bit. Not quite as aggressive, looking for his own opportunity.
Bailey, that quick first step got into the basket. Now he comes up, Gimpy. 15 points and also 3 fouls.
Oh, great hard hedge by Lathan Somerville. Made Baldwin turn his back to the bucket. That's an effective hard hedge defensively.
Penn State now down 1. He wanted Niederhauser inside, but he had his back to the ball, never saw it. So Penn State started out the second half up 2, and there's Ace Bailey, the leading scorer in this game, limping to the bench. Has been impressive scoring here to start this second half. That last one, though, could have been costly. He's been playing since, but some concern there for the top 2 freshman scorers in the nation, averaging between them 39 points for the Scarlet Knights.
I'm about to age myself here as Penn State's going into a little bit of full court pressure. First time we've seen this evening. But, you know, Paul, when you and I were in our heyday, you were almost required to wear high tops. Now, was it a psychological thing that you felt like you had more ankle support? Because these guys are playing in Stan Smith tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy on these low cuts.
I don't know if it was almost required or just flat out was required.
Yeah, like we didn't get choices back then, did we?
I don't remember the choice. Shot clock down to 5. Williams. Oboli, another rebound. Put back, no. Harper had it blocked. Oboli again. And this time he's fouled by Hicks.
Manuel Oboli picking right up where he left off from Nebraska. He had 11 rebounds in Lincoln.
And he's got 6 after that sequence.
Right, I mean, his size will wear down a front line. Good job sticking with it. Looking for his offense. I thought he was going to pass it out on that first rebound attempt. but he gathered himself and went back up. See if he can convert.
Misses the first, and recently made that difficult transition from starter to the bench. And based off the 11 rebounds he had in Lincoln, the 6 he has tonight, has internalized that well.
Yeah, and you know, role acceptance is huge in college basketball, and the teams that can get their guys to accept their roles and really thrive inside of them generally have more success. And I think Rutgers is starting to turn the corner because these guys are understanding their roles much better.
You saw Ace Bailey go to the bench, game high 15 points. He also has 3 fouls. See how long he stays out of this one. DeLeon hit his first 3 3-pointers tonight. Got a hard time coming up with shots since then.
Both teams really shooting it well. Combined 14 to 27 from 3. So
shot clock down to 4 here. Stephen DeLeon got to get that off. Opens up. That's a good look. Rebound to Williams. Foul called. And the way Harper is reacting, that's against Harper, will be against the freshman.
That's a tough break.
His second foul.
Yeah, you have a really good defensive possession. You force a miss. And then let's take a look at what Harper's doing to Nick Kern. Oh, there. Michael Irvin was right there, was emphatic on the call, but I think that could have been play on.
Foul called on the pick there against Enza. His first foul. 3rd against the Nittany Lions in this half.
That's the guard's fault. Anytime a big is coming to set a screen, there's an offensive foul. The guard goes too quickly. You have to count a second to let your big get set.
Rutgers had those devastating 12 turnovers in the first half, above their season average of 11 1/2. Ball kicked out of bounds by DeLeon. 13 seconds to shoot.
I like this lineup for Rutgers right here. Durkak and also Jeremiah Williams can really do a lot of the handling and let Harper get off ball and look for his offense.
Durkak, quick step to the hoop. Back out to Williams. And he gets all the way in, elevates for 2.
Jeremiah Williams can get downhill with the best of them. Comes to a jump stop. Good job finishing at the front of the rim.
From down 2 at halftime to leading by 4. That's Rutgers looking for 3 consecutive wins here in the Big Ten.
I thought DeLeon might want to take Williams off the bounce.
7 to shoot. Left open that time, hesitates.
Oh, man.
That's his 4th 3 tonight.
I mean, Freddie DeLeon, you can't get much better than that.
Ace Baldwin just a nuisance under the hoop for the Scarlet Knights. That ended a 7-0 run.
See Penn State as the game gets deeper, they start to turn up the pressure.
And a turnover. Baldwin takes it himself. Finishes.
Baldwin looking for a foul, but good finish. Now see him creep up a little bit. He's going to be a nuisance for the rest of the game for Harper.
Penn State back on top by 1. Baldwin 1 point away from his average. He's already got 13 points. Foul against Dunn there. That's his first.
Take a look at Baldwin getting all the way downhill, shielding the potential shot blocker. And then watch DeLeon. Up fake, jab step. He just needs a little airspace. That's all.
He's been hot tonight. Was 0 for 4 shooting threes in the last game. 4 for 4 tonight. Ace Bailey back in the game with that game high 15 points. Also has 3 fouls. Dylan Harper, his first bucket of the second half.
Oh my God, that was Penny Hardaway. I want the young people to go Google Penny Hardaway step back. It looked very similar.
Niederhauser bailed out Baldwin there. Ball stays right here, 20 seconds to shoot. We're at that point where we have to ask the young people to Google Penny Hardaway, that they don't remember him.
No, they don't. Watch this move. Watch the footwork. Now you see me. Now you don't. Gets the feedback. Elevates. That's a pro move right there from Dylan Harper.
Let's see if they can get Harper some more shots. It won't happen anytime soon as he goes to the bench. But he's only shot 6 times. Bailey's only shot 8 and made 6. See if they get him to be a little more aggressive here.
Oh, Martini read the scouting report. Stayed on Nick Kern's right hand. Kept him from getting to the bucket.
And did it again. Done. Pull up 3. Another rebound. Oboli, he has a game-high 7.
How good has Rutgers been when Bailey and Harper aren't the main cogs offensively?
Turnovers piling up. You see the frustration there for Williams. 14 turnovers against the Scarlet Knights.
Tough one as well. That Northwestern Ball Club trying to stay in the pack. So a lot of these teams in the middle of the pack of the Big Ten trying to keep pace.
So Dylan Harper, the leading scorer, the freshman on the bench right now. Penn State has led the majority of this second half. This would put them back on top. Rebound, Bailey. Joins Brooke Barnheiser as the only players in the Big Ten top 10 scoring and rebounding. He's the game's high scorer and has 2 more. That gives him 17 for the night.
You see the body control for Ace Bailey. He got past Baldwin. Niederhauser came to help. Makes the adjustment mid-air. Makes it look easy.
Shooting a high percentage here recently, too.
Taking higher quality shots.
There you go.
Yep, getting used to the speed of the game.
DeLeon has knocked down all 4 of those deep shots so far this evening. Finds an open Dunn. Pull up, well short. Martini with a rebound.
Boy, really good defense that time by Rutgers. Challenging everything.
Martini from way downtown, and the rebound to Kern.
Zach Martini got to find the range. And 5 of 8 from 3 in the last 3 games. So okay with that heat check.
Well, that's a good look inside from DeLeon to Niederhauser.
This game looks like it's going to go back and forth. And whoever has the ball last may have the advantage. Neither team can create much separation, especially here in the second half.
Penn State sharing the ball pretty well tonight. That was their 14th assist. Foul called away from the ball against Penn State, against Ace Baldwin. 2 fouls against Ace so far tonight.
Ace Baldwin trying to check the cutter. Got a little aggressive.
Baldwin has yet to take a seat on the bench tonight, just like at East Lansing in their last game. 13 points, 6 assists so far. Bailey, 17 points, looking for more. And he's got it.
That is so pretty. Spin off the defensive pressure. Shot it from an angle where he had to kind of glide it past the backboard. Doesn't matter.
Open Dunn. Passed up a 3 and then threw it away.
Ace Bailey. Now this is one of the premier defenders in college basketball. Doesn't matter. Spin baseline at 6'10" with a high release. Can't do much about that.
Both of their wins, UCLA and Nebraska, over 20 points. Almost there tonight with 19. He's made 8 out of 10 shots, too.
Yeah. I mean, efficient. Plays hard. Plays team basketball.
Acuff, contested 3. And a rebound to Kern.
I think Niederhauser needs a touch here.
Kern draws the foul against Somerville on the way to the basket.
Good job by Kern, putting pressure. Saw a seam and got downhill.
And that's 3 against Somerville. You mentioned you'd like to see Niederhauser get the ball more inside. Just glanced over, and he hasn't missed much either. He's made 4 out of 5 shots.
So he's been really effective, right? And he hasn't forced the issue. He's not a selfish big. He'll kick it out if he gets double teamed. But I think he could give Penn State a lot more balance offensively.
Nick Kern makes the first, as you mentioned, double figures, 13 of his last 15 games. Getting the start tonight for Puff Johnson. Hand injury at Michigan State. And as we were told this morning, they don't expect him back anytime soon. Ace Bailey to the bench. Don't expect him there long. Does have 3 fouls, but also a game high 19 points.
I think I've really been impressed with the way that Steve Pikiell has worked their bench with Harper's injury and Bailey's foul trouble. They've done a really good job of getting guys in and out, constantly changing the lineup.
Kern makes it a 1-point lead for Steve Pikiell's Scarlet Knights.
So Penn State in a 2-3 zone. We haven't seen this all night. Trying to change up the looks.
Quick first step for Acuff. Cut off as he got to the basket. Open look and a rebound for Niederhauser. Only his 3rd tonight. Penn State now with a chance to take the lead. Led by 2 to start this half.
Grant doing a good job of fronting Niederhauser to deny that pass.
Aggressive take to the basket on the spin move draws the foul. And that's 2 fouls against Davis.
Michael Davis giving up several inches here to Nick Kern. Larry Serrato said 2 hands on the hips. Davis didn't agree.
Kern has been aggressive to the basket tonight once again, and it gets him a deuce.
Yeah, and Tyson Acuff, known as a scorer, he doesn't appear to have the foot speed to keep up with Nick Kern off the bounce.
Kern now the 3rd Nittany line in double figures with 10. Harper deep on the 3. Hicks with a rebound.
Oh, if you're Penn State, you got to run with Baldwin.
Baldwin makes the lead 4.
The speed of the push softened up the defense. Rutgers scrambling to try to find their opponent, and they leave Baldwin wide open.
Penn State by 4. We've already had 13 lead changes tonight. Shot clock to 10. Davis stuck, 2 to shoot. Acuff. Nittany Lions with a chance to add to a 7-0 run. Hicks online, and the rebound to Somerville.
Good look. Penn State back in a man-to-man now.
Well, how quick was that first step? Couldn't finish. Here comes Baldwin. Has Kern up ahead. Pull up. Niederhauser. 9-0 Penn State run.
Yannick Conan Niederhauser.
Penn State has scored the last 9 points. It's been keyed by their star, Ace Baldwin, knocking down 3. The Nittany Lions enjoying their largest lead yet. Averaging in double figures, 4 of them already there tonight.
Good pressure by DeMarco Dunn. Trying to make Tyson Acuff work a little bit.
Rutgers struggling to make a shot here recently, the last 3 minutes plus. 0 for their last 5, now 9 to shoot.
Ooh, Somerville laying some wood on that screen.
Shot clock to 3. Did not get it off. I don't think he got that one off, Stephen.
I think you're right, Paul.
Thought the red light went up just above the scoreboard as the ball was still in his hand. The officials will take a look. We'll take a break as well. See if the right light came on. Looked like it did. They're taking a look. We're back to Happy Valley right after this.
After review, there's a shot clock violation, no basket.
Shoot around this morning, Stephen, and in a number of ways he made it clear that he liked what his defense was doing here in winning 2 consecutive games and really needs it to step up now. 6.5 left and down 6.
Yeah, they have been much improved here.
Boy, that was a pretty feed inside to Niederhauser.
Yeah, Dylan Grant kind of lost Niederhauser on the back line there. And again, you got 4 freshmen on the floor for Rutgers. Some of those situations, that's going to happen.
Last 11 points in this game belong to Penn State. Ace Bailey back in with his 19 points. Foul goes against Niederhauser, reaching over Somerville. He has 2 fouls.
That's an indication of the confidence that Ace Bailey has in Lathan Somerville. You know, a lot of times a freshman as talented as Bailey, he would try to make something happen. He saw Somerville in the post, gave it up with no hesitation.
Williams can't find anyone, but that's a wide open Grant. And that's how you end an 11-0 run.
Penn State trying to jump out and deny the first pass.
Almost a turnover. Dunn tracks it down.
Jeremiah Williams laying on that tailbone, trying to rub it out a little bit.
Baldwin's second consecutive game. He hasn't missed a second. 9 seconds to shoot. Williams foul against Dunn. Next foul will send them to the bonus. That's 3 fouls against Williams.
That's one of the issues when you're trying to switch defensively on the perimeter. DeMarco Dunn going full speed. Williams is in position to only foul.
When Niederhauser in that game 1 in Piscataway that Penn State lost had 4 points and 3 fouls. He's got 15 points and only 2 fouls tonight. Ball knocked away from Hicks, but another foul, I believe, against Williams again. And yes, it is. And he's now got 4.
So he's had a really positive effect on the game on both ends. Those last 2 fouls, though, getting Penn State into the penalty here. 5.5 minutes left. Just make it an uphill battle.
Hicks to the line, 77% free throw shooter. Penn State tonight has made 7 out of 9 from the stripe. He'd been scoring well. They had lost the last 3 games to teams ranked in the top 15, but he hit double figures every single time. Approaches that tonight. That gives him 8.
And I mean, Zach Hicks leads Penn State in Big Ten games in terms of scoring area. So since conference play, he's elevated.
Penn State did trail by 4 here early in the second half. Now have that lead pushed to 8. Williams stays in with 4 fouls, and that's another turnover. He's got 5 turnovers already tonight.
Yeah, because Penn State will bait you into that. They make it look like it's open. As soon as you pass it, they're there. And you got to, if you get to the paint area, those pocket passes against Penn State, those are very difficult to create.
Oh, that was almost another assist to Niederhauser. It'll come back to Rutgers. Mike Rhodes emphatically disagreeing on the Penn State sideline. And that's a dozen turnovers now against the Nittany Lions.
Mike Rhodes is having a fit. Let's see. No, that's the right call.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I think he felt like Harper may have touched it last, but he didn't appear that way.
Harper only with 7 points, well below his 20-point average. Bailey has 19. Oh! Make it 21.
And you don't like the technical foul, but my goodness, I understand the reaction. Oh,
It made us both stand up over here courtside.
I thought he jumped too far, Paul. I didn't think he was going to make it to the rim. 6'10". Get some. Ooh.
Okay, so you celebrate the move, and that is just amazing to give him 21 points. He does have 4 fouls now.
Oh, man. I mean, and you know what? He understood. He didn't complain. But, man, that play right there, that could have changed the momentum of the game.
Ace Baldwin, 94% free throw shooter to the line. You know you're shooting the free throws well when in the last game you go 11 out of 12, and that dropped your percentage.
Isn't that something? This guy is money.
Makes them both. So after all that excitement, Penn State back to the 8-point lead inside of 5 minutes left. Nittany Lions looking to end a 4-game losing streak. There's your top scorer tonight. Bailey's got just made it 21 points with that slam. And he's made 9 out of 11 shots too.
I mean, outside of Cohen Carr from Michigan State, you may not see a dunk like that in conference play the rest of the way. I mean, that was seriously nasty. Bitter beer face material.
Now Penn State happy to show patience. 4.5 left. Up by 8. Now down to 8. Hicks had it knocked away. 5 seconds to shoot.
You know why Hicks didn't let that go? Because Ace Bailey rotated over hard and was in position. He saw Bailey in front of him. Hicks reluctant to try to make that over the top of Ace Bailey.
And now it's 20 seconds on the shot clock. Baldwin back to Niederhauser. Drops it in.
The timing, the level of the pass. That veteran right there, Ace Baldwin Jr., makes it look easy.
Largest lead of the night for Penn State at 10. Grant. Tough spin move. Rebound Niederhauser. 17 points and 6 rebounds.
You know, the biggest thing this Penn State zone has done is neutralize Dylan Harper. He's become very passive at the top of it.
Baldwin. Oh, Kern thought he had a putback. Rutgers now got to go to work. 3:40 remaining in the game. If they're going to make it 3 consecutive wins, they've got some serious work to do.
And they got to get Bailey involved.
Foul against Niederhauser. And that is his 3rd. See what the Scarlet Knights can come. Rutgers now in the bonus. Durkak at the line. Knocks down the first. Rutgers starting for the 3rd consecutive game, Stephen. 4 freshmen. And looking to make it 3 consecutive wins in the Big Ten. UCLA, Nebraska. And some real work to do here at Penn State. Now down by 8.
Oh, you got Ace Baldwin on the top of some pressure here. I like this. Bigger lineup for Rutgers.
They get the timeout called there.
Coaches, there are no moral victories in the Big Ten. It's wins and losses, period. And I believe Penn State is a tournament team. I think they're an NCAA quality tournament team, but they've got to start finishing these games.
This would be a big 3. And the rebound to Harper. Rutgers still with life, only down 8. Bailey has 21. He's now got 23, and they only trail by 6. Now things have changed a lot here in the last couple of minutes. From down by 10, now down 6. Almost had the ball back. Yes, they do have it back. Durkak back to Martini. Harper. Somerville. And swatted, but there was a whistle just before that. The foul against Somerville. And free throws coming up now. So what I was mentioning there, it was a 10-point game. Penn State in clear control. Rutgers hits 4 in a row. Now they're at the free throw line. Feels a lot different than it did.
It does. And Jordan Durkak has really made a difference. He got the foul on Niederhauser. He went up and knocked down those 2 free throws. Then he comes up with this steal. So Rutgers trying to manufacture their way back in this game late.
And Somerville has made all 5 free throws tonight. Now Rutgers trails only by 5. They've scored the last 5 points here.
Not a lot of freshman bigs in the country that can stay on the floor this late in the game with their ability to convert free throws. Got a little blood or something here, looks like. Man,
Nick Kern coming out, yet they're wiping up the right shin and knee area.
Boy, it got quiet in here.
Got to have a cut man on the sideline.
Dr. Pacheco, did I get that right?
Could be.
Yeah, I think so.
Get Kern right back in there. He's one of 4 Nittany Lions in double figures right now with 10 points. Hasn't missed a shot. Made 3 out of 3. And Somerville, this is the main story though right now. Rutgers down 10. And now only down 4.
This size on this pressure is bothering Penn State. Got Bailey at 6'10", Harper 6'6". Oh,
almost another turnover foul against Durkat. Almost to the double bonus. Kerns have been strong at the stripes so far tonight, making 11 out of 13. Kern has played his part, making 3 for 4. Gets the lead back to 5.
Like to get old in college basketball, and certainly Penn State is that. You expect your veterans to step up in these situations and convert.
Kern hits them both. Nittany Lion lead back to 6.
Can Dylan Harper get involved in this game offensively? The zone has kept him out of the lane.
Can they get Ace Bailey more shots? Martini for 3. It's a good look for him. Bailey.
Who kept that alive, Paul? Durkat.
Yeah.
Jordan Durkat, I'm telling you, he has been vitally important to this comeback for Rutgers.
His name has come up quite a bit. Get Martini short, and they found a way to keep it alive. There he is. He kept it alive twice.
Yep. For Ace Bailey to clean it up. He won't get first.
Dillion has missed from inside the arc, but has made all 4 from beyond. With the ball. They've got numbers if they want to push it. They show the patience, though, as you would expect with that 4-point lead. Penn State led by 2 at halftime. They've had that cushion to as many as 10 here in the second half.
Dillion better be careful because Durkat is looking to make something happen.
6 to shoot. Baldwin. Ball tipped around. Somerville comes up with it. Scarlet Knights only trail by 4. Now inside of 2 minutes left.
Harper was, I thought he was going to shoot this one.
Draws the foul. Kern guilty of that one. Somerville goes back to the line where he's been excellent tonight. He's made all 6. 3 fouls now against Kern.
Dylan Harper is showing me a lot in his game right now. A lot of times guys as talented as he is would not choose to defer, but he's more of a decoy right now, setting up his teammates.
7 for 7. Rutgers survived and won this kind of game on the road the last time they played in Lincoln. There were 13 lead changes in that game and they won. We've had 13 lead changes tonight.
And in a similar fashion, Nebraska was winning for majority of that game. And this one's setting up very similar.
Get it up to Hicks. Now only leading by 2. They led by 10 with just over 4 minutes remaining in this game.
Somebody's got to make a play downhill.
Shot clock down to 7. Dillion has hit 4 of these. And the foul called against Somerville as he was defending Niederhauser. Bonus plus here, so he gets 2. Gets him to 18 points, tied for the team high with Baldwin.
Lathan Somerville trying to talk to Niederhauser, trying to get in his head a little bit. I like the gamesmanship from the freshman.
Okay, that was a big miss. 1 possession lead here. Penn State by 3.
Can they get Bailey on the right baseline where he's very comfortable?
That's Harper. Had a good look. Durkak tried to save it. It comes back to Penn State. Harper remains stuck on 7 points. That's 13 below his average.
I mean, even as talented as Dylan Harper is, it's tough when you haven't been looking at the basket to all of a sudden late in the game try to get a 3 down. That's a tough thing to do.
Right back to Kern. Takes it himself. 5-point lead.
Love the aggressiveness from Kern. Not settling.
It's a veteran senior green light at that point of the game. Inside of 1 minute now.
Harper, pull up.
Rebound Kern. Kern making plays on both sides. The bucket and the rebound to draw the foul.
Tough veteran. St. Louis's finest. Nick Kern getting it on both ends of the floor.
14 points, 6 rebounds. Typical kind of night for Kern. What an asset to bring off your bench when you have an injury to Puff Johnson. You need someone to hit double figures and to guard Ace Bailey and say, okay, senior, played every single one of your games for Mike Rhodes at VCU and Penn State. Makes the first one and has lived up to that role tonight back in the starting lineup. There's Puff Johnson on the bench.
And that's the depth that Penn State has developed with this roster this year, allowing them to absorb injuries and still be very effective.
$16 out of 19 from the free throw line. The Nittany Lions lead back to 7. No timeouts left for Rutgers. Bailey, tough 3. My goodness. 28 points. 4-point lead. Baldwin fouled by Durkak. And that's 3 against him. Bailey's made 4 out of 5 threes and just made his toughest one yet.
I mean, I think this was from Altoona, Pennsylvania. I mean, this was not in the same area code. That is easily an NBA 3. I mean, under duress, over the hand of a 7-footer, doesn't matter.
Baldwin is perfect from the line tonight, 3 out of 3. He gets 2. And that's a 94% free throw shooter that missed.
Bailey talking to Baldwin. The 2 aces exchanging pleasantries.
Baldwin 19 points and 20 last time out. Bailey, up to 30 points. See what kind of foul this is. Bailey and Kern say they're okay with it. Meanwhile, we've got a 3-point game now. And that could be number 5. I believe it is 5 fouls if that goes against Bailey.
Well, remember, he's already got a technical foul for taunting. So he goes to the rim.
Oh, yeah, that's a push. And that's 5 fouls, Stephen.
Yeah. And I mean, good's because of Dylan Harper.
After review, there's dead ball contact foul on number 4. 2 shots in the ball, Penn State.
So watch once again, he gets downhill, gets the dunk, and here comes Ace Baldwin. And I think he's just, I don't think anything was malicious, and Ace Baldwin sold it as well.
As good as he's been with those 30 points, that's the second time in the second half his emotions have led to a couple of free throws in the possession for Penn State.
And that's the maturity that's got to come. I mean, he's not perfect, but he's been close. And that right there, that's unacceptable. Any young player.
Well, that's a 94% free throw shooter that's missed twice here in the last couple of moments. Penn State will keep possession here as well.
I think that That missed free throw might be an indication. The ball
inbound to Hicks. Back to Dunn. And he's fouled by Somerville. That'll be his 5th foul. He'll take a seat on the bench next to Bailey, and Dunn will go to the line, looking to add to that 4-point lead.
Good job by Penn State breaking that pressure, bringing Zach Hicks from half court on a straight beeline drive, catch the ball in the paint area, and advance.
Smiles for Penn State. They can feel it coming now as Somerville goes to the bench. They took Oregon, who was in the top 15, right to the wire. Lost by 1 here.
Great game.
In their last home game. Yes, it was. They led for a lot of that game.
They did. Go to East Lansing and give undefeated in Big Ten play Michigan State Spartans all they can handle.
It was in their last game.
Yep.
In it right to the end.
This is and again, ladies and gentlemen, Puff Johnson is not available. So they're without one of their double-digit scores.
Dunn makes it a 5-point lead. Penn State had won 9 out of 10 here at home coming into the night. There's Puff Johnson. Hand injury. They don't expect him back anytime soon. Dunn makes them both. Up to Williams. Rutgers started this game up 6-0. Back to Harper. He's deep on the 3. Tipped out to Baldwin. He'll have a chance to add to his already team-high 20 points. And Penn State is going to end this 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's in impressive fashion, I might add. You know, you get a Rutgers team that came in here with on a 2-game winning streak. Freshmen feeling good about themselves. But if you're going to be in tournament team, you've got to handle business at home. And it appears that Penn State is going to be able to do that.
Ace Baldwin in his 129th career start. It's amazing how many times we talk about players starting over 100 games now, up to 21 points. Every single game he's started has been for Mike Rhodes. The first 3 years at VCU, last 2 here at Penn State.
And he's look at his wounds here today with the tough loss for the Ravens, his hometown Baltimore Ravens.
Former quarterback and safety in high school. You can picture that. Durkat misses on the final 3. And Penn State